Hello everybody, William Berman, the head of development for The End of an Age. I'm not really sure what this is. A celebratory video. Probably is, actually, in fact, because the Kickstarter campaign was funded the other day on the something of February. 16th, I believe it was. Well, very early hours of the 16th. But, yes, so it's been done. Thank you very much to everyone who has pledged. Most of the pledges have been processed now, I believe. We do have some good news and some bad news. I'll start with the good news first. It's been completed, of course. And I'll actually receive the funds in about a week and a half-ish. So I've already got the guys that are making the material, making more material. Unfortunately, I can't afford to pay them any more myself at this very moment in time, so any materials being made now are going to be on hold for another week, well, until I get the funding, basically. And then I will explain at the end of the video what I'll be doing with the money. The bad news, unfortunately, is that due to some circumstances beyond my control, some of the payments have not gone through successfully. There's about 3 people, I believe. One of them has contacted me, though, and hopefully, that will be sorted out. And altogether there is roughly around 300 there's around £300 worth which is not been processed yet, and that can be for many reasons. If a card expires or something like that during the is it Amazon payments, then of course that can have obviously an impact on it. But as things stand at the minute, it's about £500 that has currently gone through. So I'm just thinking about it like that. Even if other people don't rectify their payment method or add a new payment method in to actually donate their pledge. So for that, we obviously have to take off the 10% for Kickstarter and for the bank transfer, which means it's 450 at the minute. Which is, don't get me wrong, it's a lot more than the 150, 3 times that in actual fact. And it does give me some money to play around with to get the game made. I'll be trying to do it as best as possible and making as much of it custom as I possibly can. And that goes for no matter how much money I do eventually end up with. If the other pledges go through, obviously that makes it a lot easier. Means I can give more money to certain areas of it. For example, we've got Trisha doing the music for the game, and as things currently stand, I don't think she wouldn't actually get a huge amount of budget because that is one of the stretch goals, and I would quite like to at least make sure that I'm fulfilling that side of things, seeing as she's doing a lot of work for well, I would say very little out of it, but of course if the game does get onto Steam and achieves what I guess we all hope it achieves, then it would be a good reward still. But yeah, so it's all quite exciting at the minute. I have been doing some things to it. I've been importing all of the new materials, been sorting out the enemies. I've been making changes to the starting area. There will be a lot of changes that you'll notice, and as soon as I've done those changes, because I'm adding in like a whole new scene to the start of it, which will hopefully sort of, because I got a couple of messages off people saying that they didn't really like Clarence was just sort of like sprung upon them. So I'm gonna make it. There's gonna be a scene in there which will somewhat slightly introduce him a bit earlier, so it's not a complete shock, and it will sort of spark up a little bit of unease between him and Wilfred, and it adds a bit more tension and a bit more substance to the story as well. And I think that will help in the long run if the players are introduced to him earlier. So that's all going to be added in, and I'm currently building that at the minute. So that's been quite fun. Unfortunately, I've been doing it with the base tile set. I don't have a huge amount of options for custom ones at the minute, and the people that could do custom ones are too busy to be able to work on my project. And of course, at the minute, I don't really have any monetary incentive to offer them. But once again, that's something that I can get free stuff, like stuff I can pay royalties for to use. Royalty? What are they called? Not royalty free. License, that's it. I can license some of the tile sets from other people have made rather than having custom ones done for the game. So that's the sort of thing I'll be looking into when I actually know how much money the project has. Anyway, I don't want to blabber on because I've been going on, I feel that I've been going on for a while now. And you should look into my face. But yes, there will be some stuff put up soonish, and that will show you some of the resources from the game, various work that materials that I've had done. Obviously you will have seen Wilfred in the last update. That's one of the sprites which I've had made. I will be showing off some of the other stuff as well. Not everything, because some of it is a bit secret. But there will be definitely some things to show off to everyone that you'll be able to see, and hopefully it'll get you excited for the game. I mean, of course, it's a long way off still, but everyone was aware of the estimated date for that, and I think that is probably the most realistic target after testing and checking, lots of checking on the story and different parts like that. So the plan is that when the money comes through, I will be commissioning the artists with all the work which I want that specific artist to do. For example, the sprite creator, they will, I don't know, I can't remember what the order will be at the minute because they've done a couple already. I think it was about 20 to start off with, so they probably got sort of maybe 15 more to do. So my plan is just to order them and say this is what I need, and basically get them working on that. And when they've done it, I'll implement it into the game, and that way it just makes things a bit more streamlined. Same thing will happen with the enemies as well, and also with the character faces. They're the three main things that I'm getting done at the minute. I've also made changes to the battle system, changes to the battle backgrounds, all sorts of things. But if I do release a demo, the updated demo showing off stuff, I will do a silent version again, like I did a very long time ago now, and I'll also do a version where I'm talking over and explaining various choices, and I'll obviously be explaining some of the artwork in there as well. So hopefully that should make things a bit more interesting and enjoyable for you. I will be as well hosting some other events, like question and answer sessions and things like that at various points. But for now, I'm really just doing some minor bits of work to the game while we get the funding, and then obviously when that happens, I'll be working on it a lot more, heck of a lot more, and of course we'll be getting all the resources, all the materials being made then as well. One thing I should say regarding the first stretch goal, which is getting the game on Greenlight, when the money comes in to my account, I will be paying the £70 in order to place the game on Greenlight, but it won't go up straight away. I'm going to wait until I have a bit more of it done, when there's a bit more to show off, and actually develop a proper looking, making sure the page and everything else is done right, and then it will go up on Greenlight. I'm not going to put it on Greenlight straight away because I don't want to put it up too early. I know the longer it's on, maybe the better chance it's got, but I want people to see it as it's going to look, and not look at it and think, oh, that's an RPG Maker game, next, quite frankly. If it's got some customization to it, and I've made it look presentable, and it looks different, then when people first see it, they're not going to think that straight away, and they might actually give it a chance. Because I would love the game to get on green light, so I'm not going to be taking any risks with it. Well, risks with it, but so that's the plan. Anyway, at the minute. As always, if you have any questions, you can leave them in the bit below, either on YouTube or on Kickstarter. And oh yes, one more thing. If people do want to donate to the game, for example, if you want to pre-order your copy now, you know, the £7, basically the £7 pledge on Kickstarter, you can do that via a PayPal donation. On the website, it's a it's just a page basically on the page for the game, which I will release at some point. You'll actually be able to buy the game on there. So if you are interested, let me know and I can link you straight to the page. If not, I'll do a video where I announce that the page is up, and of course I'll put on some special media and, you know, some sort of enemy bios or character profiles, just some things for you to go and look at as well, so just to keep things a bit more interesting. So there's a lot of work on my part to begin now. Everyone who's contributed to the Kickstarter, thank you very much. You've all done your bit, and it's just up to me to put in the hours now, pretty much. I will keep up to date. We're going to have development diaries every now and again. I'm also going to be running many RPG Maker tutorials as well during the course of making the game, because of course there's going to be speed bumps that I hit into, and every time I overcome one of them, I'm going to be doing a video on it, how I've overcame it, sorry, I'm tired, and how you can possibly sort of implement something like that in a game that you might be making yourself. So hopefully that should be entertaining to the viewers watching YouTube and to you guys as well, because you get some sort of sneak peeks in there of how the game's being made. But all I can say is thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank you very much for backing if you've backed. If you do want to pre-order the game through me, you can, of course, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get the game on greenlight. Get the game on Steam. That would be a dream, quite frankly. Thank you very much, guys. Goodbye.